is a Bramble Jam podcast. It's Wednesday, September 23rd, and you should take the day off.
Man, did you take a lap?
I took a lap. I took the morning lap, everybody.
I was in a real tug of war battle.
You were? Who
crazy.
were you competing against?
Larry, he's off screen.
Larry, get! It's too freaking early for you, Larry.
Just hangs out in the studio.
He just hangs out in the studio.
It's ridiculous.
I don't even think he has a home.
You know what though? But he is taking the day off.
He is. You always take the day off, you lazy.
Always Larry, lazy Larry. That's what we
Lazy
call him.
Larry.
Just here for the tug of war.
Guilty. Who gave him a mic?
Guilty. We got so many mics in here. It's ridiculous.
Didn't even know it was possible. Oh, man, what a day today is, everybody. What a day today is, and it's a good reason to take the day off.
Yeah, it
is. It's a good reason to...
it's a reason.
It's a good reason.
I found a reason for you.
Yes, and we're going to get to that in just a second. But before we do, Dan, how are you?
I'm great,
It's
Brand.
Wednesday. It's hump day.
It's 5 a.m. Hump day.
Man, there was the most miserable time of being a middle school teacher was at the height of the hump day craze.
Oh my gosh.
Middle schoolers,
Every kid.
freaking loved that jam, and it was the worst.
Hump day.
Hey, Mr. Gray, it's hump day.
Hump day.
And I just gave out detentions. I said detention for you.
You didn't give out detentions.
No,
not even a little
one.
bit.
I don't think I ever gave out detention. I kicked some kids out of class, but
Yeah.
you know.
That's classic.
Get out.
Yeah, just go hang out in the hall and supervise.
I think I threw a marker at a kid once.
Classic. Another classic bit. That's why you're not a teacher anymore.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, among other reasons,
Yeah.
namely lack of.
Ability. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
I'm just
you're
kidding.
right.
I'm just kidding. It was a joke. No, you have plenty of ability.
You just talk. I'll gain.
Guys, we want to take the day off. We tell you to take the day off by not taking the day off. We get up at 5 a.m. every day to tell you to take the day off and celebrate whatever
Really get up
holiday it
earlier
is.
than that to
Yeah,
record
5
at.
a.m. is when we're recording. We're live. Some people are live. There's people out in the studio with the signs out there. We don't want to go to them right now, but they're there. And look, if you like what you hear, you could hear it completely ad-free by joining BrambleJamPlus.com. It's less than $5 a month. You go in, you pay us money, you support a local thing, or, local is in the United States if you're listening from here, and you get every single Bramble Jam podcast completely ad-free. Do it right now. Come on. What are you waiting for? You got the whole day. You're not going anywhere.
Local.
Local.
We're local.
Yeah.
Happy National Great American Pot Pie Day, everybody.
Great American pot pie.
National Great American Pot Pie Day.
Yeah.
Man, it's good to be here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so good to be
The other
here.
day, I was kind of gearing up. You know how I like to plan in a week in advance. I see all the dates. I get excited about them. So I made myself a pot pie.
Did you?
To kind of prepare
For Great
this.
American Pot Pie Day.
And I, cooked it, put it on the old table,
Yeah.
grabbed myself some pot pie, and right there in the middle
Of the pot pie.
of the pot pie,
You just dug
which
in with a
I
fork.
made,
Which you made. Handmade yourself.
handmade myself, and I just, for the life of me, I could not figure it out. There was a piece of paper. I opened up that piece of paper. It said, Dan knows the history of the National Great American Pot Pie Day.
There's a piece of paper.
In
the
my pot pie that I made. So somebody snuck into my house.
When you walk.
You think an angel did?
I think it was an angel. I think you were touched by an angel.
Oh, I can only imagine. Surrounded by your glory. There was once have I told you the story? There was once a time where I had to play.
You played the wrong one.
Played a wrong song at a funeral. So, been there.
Not funny.
It's National Great American. So I understand you.
Yeah.
Somebody thinks that put it in my pie.
Yeah.
Do you know the history
Yes,
of
of
National
course I
Great
do.
American Pot Pie
Everyone
Day?
knows Don McLean. You know Don McLean.
I do actually. In this
He
case,
wrote.
Jesus Walks with
No,
Kanye.
he did not write Jesus Walks with Kanye. He wrote Miss American Pie, the song.
right.
Bye, bye, Miss American Pie.
Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry.
Now, this song is 8 minutes long, and it's got a lot of references to the plane crash that had Buddy Holly and the Big Bopper on it, not Mr. Belding, the original Big Bopper.
Thank God.
Yeah, there's some stuff about when the day the music died and all that stuff, and people think that he's writing this great tragic song about these guys that died, but the original version of American Pie is actually about Don McLean's love of pot pie. In fact, he loved pot pie so much that he became clinically obese. Before American Pie was a single, Don McLean weighed 600 pounds. He literally didn't move from the couch, and they would just bring him these giant pot pies. Like, imagine a pot pie as big as a pizza. And it was just stuffed with like breading and gravy. They called him Gravy McLean is what they called him. And he wrote this song about his love of pot pie. It was 8 minutes long. He had verses about all kinds of things. It was ridiculous. And then, finally he was set straight. He's like, hey, you got to get your life together. So he started working out. He started eating less pot pie. He still loved it, but he put it aside for a little while. He lost 420 pounds. He rewrote the song for the day the music died. It became a hit. He wanted to honor his love of pot pie, even though it cost him 420 pounds. So he founded the day, had a hit song. The rest is history.
I understand you have the original lyrics of the pot pie song.
I've got a couple bars. Yeah.
What do you got? How's it go?
A long, long time ago.
Okay.
I can still remember when that crust was silky smooth,
Okay.
And boy, I took that fork and ate a bite, and that texture was just right. Never again without gravy. So bye-bye, bananas deep fried.
Huh.
Got my crust and my chicken in a whole pot pie.
Right?
Heavy on the gravy, a spoon and a side. This is going to be my pot pie. This is going to be my pot pie.
As much as I would love for that to be the true history of National Great American Pot Pie Day.
Because it is. Gap.
As it's so known. It was actually created in 2002 by the pot pie and frozen food company Marie Callender's.
Oh, Marie Callender. Yeah.
Callender.
That's right. That's right.
They created this day to celebrate the beauty that is a pot pie. And so it's a very simple day. If you're thinking about how can I possibly observe this day? How can I possibly take the day off to do this day? Well, it's simple. Take the day off, invite some friends over, maybe do a Zoom sesh.
The little pot pie-a-thon.
Pot pie-a-thon. Just make all the pot pies.
All the pot pies.
Maybe order from your favorite country restaurant. Go pick it up.
Your country restaurant.
Yeah.
You know the one.
Country restaurant. All sorts of different ways that you can celebrate this day, and I would encourage you to do so because it is National Great American Pot Pie Day. That was beautiful.
It was, wasn't it?
I do want you to know that. We asked you yesterday what the essentials of a quality pot pie is.
Yeah, kind of a quality.
We're going to get to that in just a second. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll get back with more pot pie talk.
Right here on Take the
Day Off in the Morning.
Ding, ding, ding.
Hey, everybody.
We just got picked up by a radio station.
Yeah, zing, zing, zong.
Yeah. Wham.
Next caller. First time, long time.
Hello?
Hey.
I heard you guys talking about pot pie.
Uh-huh.
That's my favorite.
All right. You got a
I
question?
got 2 in the fridge. How many you got?
4.
4 in the
Beat
fridge?
ya.
Oh, no.
God bless.
Clary out.
It is National Great American Pot Pie Day, everybody, and we asked yesterday, what are the essentials of a quality pot pie? Dan, are you a pot pie boy?
I hate pot pie.
Yeah, me too, man.
You and I
Me too.
would not get near
This is a
pot pie.
disaster.
It's terrible. All the foods mixed together and congealed by some sort of gravy.
Yes.
Out.
Yes.
Hard out. Look,
It's like, what if, you had me at crust, you lost me at soggy crust.
yeah. Oh, just sop. Anytime you have to sop things up, unless it's like fries and wing sauce, I'm out on that. And I'm not somebody who's traditionally as picky as Bran is, unless it comes to country cooking, I'm from the South. There's something about this that just doesn't sit right with me at all. Like Asian food where you got like a stir fry and you got like chicken and carrots and onions all together. I'm fine with that. Totally fine with that. This is just not my texture or my type of food. I just can't do it. It just turns my stomach to think about it.
My biggest problem with pot, like I could do like, if it was just like a pie and inside it was like mashed potatoes and gravy, and that was essentially it. Maybe some chicken.
Want to bread
maybe
up,
some chicken.
You want basically to deep fry mashed potatoes and gravy is
Yes.
all you want to do. You want to bread it up a little bit more.
The biggest problem with most pot pies is the nasty peas.
Yeah, what do you
Nasty
do in
peas. People for generations have had this obsession. Can I talk to this camera right here?
Do it.
I've had an obsession with ruining perfectly good mashed potatoes by throwing in peas into it. Whether it be a shepherd's pie, a pot pie, any sort of nastiness like that, you're throwing your peas, you're putting it in the mashed potatoes, and I'm not having it. I'm not having it. I'm done. My mom for years has tried bread. You gotta sit there. You gotta eat your shepherd's pie. And I'm like, Mom, I don't want my peas. And I hate peas.
No,
I hate them.
disgusting. And then it's just a weird texture to me too. But there are people here that actually like the pot pies, and so we
Yeah.
could get to some of their answers.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Michelle Yates says that basically a hearty chicken and vegetable stew locked in a quality crust. Thick, buttery, flaky crust with no soggy bottom. You don't want a soggy bottom. Thicker than broth type of broth inside. Non-breast meat chicken, so dark meat chicken. Peas, onions, carrots, corn, and celery. I just...
Stop talking.
You actually made Bran get just the anxiety level in this room went up.
My stomach hurts.
Yeah.
Alonzo has speaking to my heart here. He says there's an LA restaurant called Kispaka. And the only reason I know that is because he did it phonetically for me, and I appreciate that, Alonzo. You know me well. He says they make a chicken pot pie with no vegetables, carrots on the side, if that's the way you want to do it, and it's very hard to go back. That sounds great. I could do a chicken pot pie with no vegetables. I could do that. But, you know, I still have a little bit to get over. If there's a good flaky crust is, like, we can agree.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying it's all about the crust.
It's all about the crust.
I'm here to tell you something. If your entire dish that you're going to eat is completely centered around the crust, then you don't need to eat that dish. Look, I love a good pizza crust. I love when the dough's made fresh. I love when it's crunchy and soft at the same time. A crust does not make, if the pizza sauce and cheese and pepperoni and sausage or whatever you're putting on there is not great, it doesn't matter. If you're hanging your hat on the crust of a pot pie, it just isn't worth eating. I'm sorry.
There's a big debate here about corn or no corn. Oof. And I am firmly, obviously, in the no corn. I can't, the combination of peas and corn combined is one, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Anything with peas is terrible.
The best part about being an adult is not having to deal with that crap.
No kidding. It's just a no for me.
It's the best part.
It's a no for me. I'm not eating pot pie.
There's a lot of good parts about being an adult. The best part is not having to eat nasty peas.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I will say this, Shannon, if I'm going to eat a pot pie, she says full fat butter and cream. I'm from the South though. Shannon, you get it. People making pies of any kind without whole milk, full fat butter. Like if you're trying to save there, that's where you lose the taste, the texture, the flavor. You don't do that. You're making a pie, you use the good stuff. You don't use 2%. You don't use, low fat. You're making a dessert. Use the full fat stuff. Do it right.
Now, Andy says a Pennsylvania Dutch pot pie is chicken, pie, and noodles. Throw some noodles up.
I still think the texture would be weird.
Yeah, that is.
There's a place in Chicago that does a pizza pot pie.
Okay.
And it's delicious.
Okay.
That is different. It's just a pizza, but it's as thick as a pot pie is. And it does look like a pot pie. It's kind of crazy.
Now, Barbara says that she wants large chunks of chicken without fat or unknown parts. Is that a big concern for people? Unknown parts of chicken?
there's a weird chicken debate. Like some people don't eat dark meat chicken, or they don't eat chicken that like chicken thighs or chicken, they want just white meat chicken breast. And while that may have a more consistent texture, there's not as much flavor in chicken breast. You have to add the flavor to chicken breast. Whereas, I think it's just a personal preference more than anything.
Yes.
Yeah. Like a chicken wing has a lot more flavor to it than a chicken breast does.
That's right.
Naturally.
Yes.
So
Emily does say a good crust, and the pie has to have cooled enough that I don't scald my whole inside of my mouth when I take the first bite. Scald. Yeah. Scald.
You said
whatever.
scald.
It's either way. Apparently sometimes the outside of the pie is cool, but then you go in and it's like, it's like the ooze.
Classic Totino's pizza roll
My
situation.
gosh. The amount of times. Aaliyah says she would take a good pub shepherd's pie over a pot pie any day. Steak and lamb, onion, gravy, carrots, peas, topped with mashed potatoes is perfection.
No, I'm just.
It's a hard out. Yeah.
Guys, I
don't know. We're doing the best that we can.
But you need to take the day off to make the pot pie.
Dan, if you let's make a pot pie of our dreams.
I think mine's probably pizza or like a Philly cheesesteak.
Oh yeah.
Like just steak marinated, chopped up, mixed with the cheese. You put it in there. Oh man. Oh yeah.
It's kind of like a calzone at that point.
Yeah, it's a calzone.
Yeah.
We just call it.
Oh, I love calzones,
dude. Moretti's.
Yeah.
You can make a Philly cheesesteak calzone there.
Oh.
It's on the menu. You can make it. It is bonkers good.
Wow. Maybe we'll go there for lunch. I don't know.
Already hungry. It's only 5:15.
Thank you guys so much for listening. Join Bramble Jam Plus if you don't mind, because you can answer the question of the day.
Leave us a review. They make our hearts soar.
They do make our hearts soar. And let me tell you about the question of the day for tomorrow, Thursday. It's this. What is your favorite way to incorporate cherries into food?
Okay. All right.
Best way to incorporate cherries into food.
This is interesting.
It is interesting. I can't wait to see the answers. We're going to leave you with the Palaha Coup of the day. We'll be back tomorrow. Until then, how about you guys go ahead and take that day off?
Take the day off.
It's just not playing. It's just stuck. It's just
stuck, boy. Can't catch a break.
Sorry, Chris.
It's a no Palaha Coup day.
No.
Take the Day Off is a Bramble Jam podcast. It's hosted by Dan and Brand. Hey, that rhymes. What do you know? Shoot a fiddle. Go to BrambleJamPlus.com to sign up for ad-free. Go to BrambleJamPodcast.com for more information on all the wonderful podcasts at Bramble Jam. That's all I got.
Did you say shoot a fiddle?
Shoot a fiddle.